Hi, it's Steve, and I'm going to go through some podcasting episode uploading and setup rules, standard operating procedure for the setup of a new podcast, and then actually for setting up two podcasts, the audio and the video versions. Um, there are a number of moving parts here. It's not that complicated, but it needs to be done, and there are some things that you must do right. So please pay attention. For me, on these podcasts, uploading them into Instant Customer, it starts with, especially for long episodes, I use FTP and file transfer protocol to move. I don't know why this is giving me a hard time here, but to move files from my computer into a directory in MP4 and WAV formats. In other words, we're making video and audio versions of the podcast, and typically I keep them all in a directory within a website designed to take this content. And if you have never done this before, it starts by going to public HTML in a website, right-click and create a directory, which we already have one, so I'm not going to do that. But then down below, you have the different folders or directories that have already been created. And in this way, it's much, much faster and easier to upload multiple large, long videos and audio files. You can do them in Instant Customer in this way, and I'll show you how. But the idea is that you have them, you have your files loaded into on your computer somewhere, and then it's a matter of right-clicking and assuming that was the right folder or file, uploading them into the folder where you're keeping your podcast episodes for the video and the audio podcast. You can see in here I have both WAV and MP4 files. When these are loaded into the directory, the next step is for me to take these audios and videos from the directory, and so it's this directory is located here, and now it's a simple matter inside of Instant Customer in the Media Center. So we're here in the Media Center, and what I do is I right-click and I open multiple tabs in the Media Center and add files in this manner that I'm going to show you right now. So what you do is you add a file, click on that, and I add a tag. This will be for a podcast, so that I can search for all of my podcast files when I'm setting things up if I need to. And then again, in my directory, you could, just to show you, I'll show you. You can open this up.
Information through pleasure.
But you don't have to do it this way, and then you can copy and paste it here. But it's much faster just to hover over the file. This is the MP4 file. Right-click, and then copy link address. And it's a simple matter to come down here then and paste it into the file URL, and you must put your email address in here, and it will tell you tell you that this has been uploaded successfully. Now you can't proceed with the next phase of this until these files have been uploaded into the Media Center, and they're broken up, of course, by video and audio files is what we're dealing with here. So after they've uploaded, they're going to look like this. But until they're completely uploaded, you're not going to be able to go to the next step, which is to set up the podcast. So let's, underneath the podcasting tab, we are in a client's account, and we're building them a video and an audio podcast RSS feed. And the next step will be, after we finish this process of uploading the episodes, of first, of course, setting up the other information needed to create the podcast with the right size image, 1400 by 1400, putting in the necessary categories and descriptions and all of that in the setup for the podcast itself. Then the episodes are added here. And again, what I do is I open up both of these at the same time. I've uploaded all of my podcast episodes already. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the audio and the video sides of the site. I've already uploaded and created all of the descriptions and titles. There are elements in here that all have to be filled out in order to make this work. And we're going to go through that right now. But the idea is the content that's already in here for the episode titles and descriptions and keywords are just going to be copied and pasted into from this. I did the audio version first, and now we're going to copy and paste from these episodes into these episodes, and we're going to upload the other 4 episodes that MP4 episodes into the video site that we just uploaded into the audio site and set up the descriptions for. So let's go through that first. The first one that we did today, so these are the ones that need to be loaded into the video side. And it starts with Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. So what we're going to do now is add a new episode. We're going to go and find the episode, and you'll see these are ordered in here in this drop down under episode source in order by audio and then by video. And the most recent ones that we've loaded are on top. So this is the Jennifer Masters video that we want. We'll keep these in order so we don't confuse ourselves. And then what we can do is just go back and forth. So here's Jennifer Elizabeth Masters, and we're just going to copy and paste this stuff. The episode URL is the website that we want to direct people to from iTunes after this is set up. So we're sending them to a landing page for Lori Handlers, our client in this case. And you have a description. This description and title and the keywords down here need to fit the project and the content and need to be reworked from what they are right here. But I'm just doing this quickly, and obviously want you to spend more time taking care to make sure that things are spelled correctly. And there is a speller built in here to show you if a mistake has been made. But all of these elements must be filled out or it won't let you save the episode. So now we have the MP4 for our TV show, and we're going to create the new episode. And a pop-up shows up saying that the new episode was added. Okay, so it's rinse, lather, repeat. So the next one that we did here, I'm going to cancel this because this is already loaded. Down at the bottom, number 16 is Sexual Healing Coach Betty Louise. So we're going to add a new episode. Find our file under Video, Betty Louise. And go back over to Betty Louise on our audio side and edit. Do not hit delete. Edit and copy and paste. I know this is like watching paint dry, but let's go through this one, and then we'll go through the rest of this. Episode description, and this could be 200 to 400 characters. The titles in here can be longer than on our video submissions inside of here. These could be more like up to 75 to 90 characters inside the episode title, and this can be up to 400 characters inside of the episode description. And again, this should be made to look more natural and spend time on making this look good. We're going to go back in and go over these with the client and have them make sure that they're okay with everything before we complete the editing on this one. Okay, so this is MP4. It's for our TV show. Always make sure that you're putting the right content into the right feed here. We don't want to put an audio feed into a video podcast and vice versa. I'm going to create the new episode, and there we have it. So again, we're gonna finish these last two that were uploaded, and then you're going to go back and copy and paste from 1 through 15, through the ones that we're adding today. All of these through Stephen Tango is number 14, from Lady Cheeky L all the way up. Those need to be copied and pasted from the audio version into the video version. Okay, so there's stuff in here, but this has been edited. So you need to go through each one of these and change them inside of here. Okay, I'll finish this one up so you don't have to do it. So you'll be starting with number 2. You see how I made these descriptions and made sure that the keywords are in the descriptions and as much as possible, and all of it in the description, but as much as possible in the title. And it's easier in here because we can have longer titles if we want to. We might want to work on this one before we submit. But I guess, okay, so we've got it all here. And we're going to update the episode. And that's what I want you to do. So, again, you're going to take episodes 2 through 14, and you're going to copy from the audio or FM version, here's how I have this labeled, all of that content over into the episodes for the TV side. Okay, and that's it for this tutorial. Need to get this done ASAP so I can submit this to iTunes. So let me know. Thank you. This is Steve signing off.